Hi, this is Warrior for God 13. I hope everybody's doing well. I had a lot of response on my last video as I showed you how 17 cities are already planning to cut off water and more to follow. This video is another urgent video, and it's also going to mix into a basic prepare video that I've been asked to do. I'm going to show you basic preparations that you can take to make your life easier in the coming future, with the coming events that are right around the corner. Again, I normally prep for combat. Everybody will not. My way isn't the best. My way isn't the only way. It is the way that I'm comfortable with. And, God, a lot of these basic necessities can be converted to any type of situation that you might have. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth, because if they know that it's true and they hear the truth, then they have to act on it. Okay. Let's say you're scared of New World Order and scared of all this FEMA stuff and everything. Prepare for a natural disaster. Same thing. Same type of preparation and what have you. Again, I'm going to show you the basic of basics. I'm giving you my ideas. I'm telling you where you can get the equipment for super cheap. I know that there are better videos out there on preparation with better equipment. I don't have the money. And even when I did in the mid-90s, mid-2000s, I was making a 6-digit salary in real estate, and I prepared myself as best as I could. I've always been of the point that if I can, achieve the same mission, achieve the same job with a tool that costs $10 as opposed to a tool that costs $2,000, I'm going to do it with a $10 tool, because there's always a need for money somewhere else. That's just the way I feel about it. And you'll see in the preparations and in the equipment that I have and that I use. Again, it's not the best. It's not the only way. It's my way. It is the way we prepare in the crew. And we like to prepare for a robust existence. I'm not trying to survive at the holiday, at the 5-star Holiday Inn resort in Hawaii. No, I'm going to survive however I can survive, utilizing whatever methods, utilizing whatever tools I need for me and my people to survive, as long as we can survive to come to the glory of the Lord. Period. End of discussion. No more need to be said. There is one thing that I will tell you. I saw a video last night of some guy, and I'm not going to mention his name. God, these dog hairs. I'm sorry. I have dogs. Anyway, the video was very well played out, very well thought out. The guy has pretty much everything that you can think of to be prepared for or what have you, and yet something happened to him, and he found out that no matter how prepared you are, you're never going to be fully prepared. Nobody is. Not me, not you, not the next guy, not the millionaire with all the money, nothing. But the point is to prepare, to have basic necessities ready to be able to achieve survival for a prolonged period of time, until you can develop a system where you will be able to survive under any circumstance. And that is what we try to train for here at the crew and have in mind for when the things happen. Now, there's news that is happening, and this is very important news, and this is why I'm making this video also compiled with the preparation video. Yesterday, on the news here in Sacramento, it was announced that the water establishing companies, the municipal powers, will not establish water or allocate water to the farmers. I'm going to say that again. They will not give water to the farmers. Now, the farmers produce the food that you put on your table. The Central Valley of California produces 1/6 of the food supply for the nation. I've always said this was the goal. They cut the water off, 2 birds with 1 stone. They're going to thirst us and starve us to death. Sanitary conditions will deteriorate. People will go mad and nuts because there's no food, there's no water. You get my picture? This is how they're going to do it. Now, I said it over and over in videos that I believe the western states will make a bid to secede from this bullshit federal government. Montana and Texas and the states just west of the Mississippi have been screaming it forever. I believe the federal government does watch our videos and knows exactly that that's exactly what's going to happen. I've been saying it forever, and how convenient. They're putting us in a drought here in California. You understand that? Do you understand? The Colorado River, they're telling us, is drying up. I'm going to put the articles below. I'm putting all the articles on the news below where they say they're not going to give water to the farmers. The Colorado River's drying up, supposedly. Hoover Dam, which dams up the Colorado River in Nevada, is drying up. I'm going to put articles in here. Now, I believe that this will work against the Western states. I mean, if you don't have water, how can you sustain a fight? How can you grow anything? And this is why they're doing it. They have the power to make it rain wherever they want, whenever they want. I said that in my last video. They can use cloud seeding and make it rain. And let's not even go that far. Okay, let's say that I'm nuts and there's no cloud seeding. I have a very simple solution for the water problem, and they can go to hell if they don't see this. Desalination plants. How do all the Middle Eastern countries do it? They put several desalination plants at the ocean, an abundance, an inexhaustible amount of water. And they turn salt water into drinking water. Oh, well, we forgot, but it's too expensive. That is just so expensive, it wouldn't make sense. Really? It won't make sense, huh? It makes sense to buy bullshit weapons, to equip bullshit armies, to send to bullshit places, to fight bullshit wars for no purpose. There's no terrorism. There's no Al-Qaeda. Our government is Al-Qaeda. Our government made Al-Qaeda up. They killed Osama bin Laden supposedly, and then the SEAL team that killed him conveniently was blown up out of the air themselves, and they never showed us the body of bin Laden, yada, 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 yada. And you know where I'm going with this. They have money to buy an inexhaustible amount of weapons there, right? Obama sent billions of dollars to Africa that we don't have. Billions of dollars. Supposedly, we don't have money for us to save me and you here in the United States, but we have billions of dollars to send to Africa so they can cultivate their land, so they can bring water to their land. You're going to kill the people here, but you're going to send billions of dollars to a far-off land to people that aren't of our people. Now, I'm warrior for God 13, and I've always said when the fight starts, I will fight for humanity. You're absolutely right. But right now, the fight hasn't started. There's still laws in place in the world. That's why a lot of people rag me that I am against illegal immigration. My mother and father waited in line, came here legally, can't wait to pay taxes, can't wait to follow every stupid rule that the government says to do. They've disowned me for fighting against this great government, and how could this government ever do this to us? So they waited in line to come here, and they pay taxes. Again, they can't wait to pay taxes. They've worked all their life. So and I'm not only talking to the Mexicans. People, they pick on the Mexicans, and that's okay. That's where they want you focused. But there's Russians, there's a mega load of Chinese that aren't being documented, that aren't being exposed on the TV. And I've already told you my theory on that. There's every ethnicity coming and abusing this country. And this satanic government's just letting them. I am against illegal immigration. There's still laws right now. When the Lord comes back and the fight starts, then the borders can go bye-bye. And we will be one world. I am for that. I'm not going to hide that. I will fight for humanity. I will fight for humanity. For anybody that believes in the Lord Jesus Christ and is of the Lord Jesus Christ, I will fight for you. I will die to bring you to the Lord's glory. No problem. But as of now, we have laws that have to be followed, even though the lawmakers, as we saw with what they did to me, don't follow the law all the time themselves. Nevertheless, laws have to be followed, and therefore they allow illegal immigration. They allot money to them, but they can't allot money to buy desalination plants. Where I live in California, I lived in Los Angeles all my life. You need to put like 3, 4, 5 desalination plants there, and game over. We can have water forever. But there's no money for that. There's no money for that because they want to kill you. The satanic powers that be have taken over, and they want to kill you. Debunk that. If you're a debunker, you can't debunk that. I don't care what you come at me with. You can come at me 5 different ways, and nothing's going to make sense other than let's put some desalination plants at the ocean. Why? Why do we need to buy more tanks, bullets, Velcro, Kevlar vests, Kevlar helmets, all of this crap to send human beings to get killed and to kill other human beings and to turn into something that's not even them when they come back, basically satanizing them and desensitizing them to kill you? And I'm not saying all veterans. See, some people think that, people tell me, oh, you just hate America. I don't hate America. I don't hate the people of America. I'm a people person. An ex-girlfriend of mine once told me, hey, you want to save the world, don't you? And I told her, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't know why, but yes, I do. I want to save the world. I'm not God, and I'm not going to save the world by myself. I'm going to need everybody's help. We are going to need everybody's help. I'm nobody. I'm just a guy. But I'm a people person. I don't hate people that aren't Mexican. I don't hate people that aren't American. I don't hate, if you're, I've always said, I'm everybody's friend. I like everybody who doesn't hate me. If you hate me, well then yeah, we're enemies. I'm not going to like you if you hate me. And people can say, oh, that's wrong. I don't care. That's my theory. If you hate me, then I'm your enemy. So if you're a person in the government and you're bent on following illegal orders to destroy us, then yes, I hate you. I will work vehemently and never stop until you are destroyed or you destroy me in turn. That you can take it to the bank. I don't care who's listening. Nevertheless, they have money to allot other countries to cultivate their land, to save their people, but they're going to kill us. People, we are being offered no other choice but extermination. Get it through your head. We must and will act very soon. Very soon. This is no longer a game. I'm not here to entertain you. I don't do this for entertainment purposes. I don't care. You know that people say, oh, you've got so many. I don't give a rat's ass. This information is for the people like me that will do something about it. Brothers, this is what's happening here. Be ready, because the game is already started and the lead's about to fly. Period. End of discussion. They are telling us that they will not allot water to the farms. The farms will dry up. Now, don't even think about which is the most important part, the food part, which is the most important part to feed us. They're going to cut off our food. That is a mortal sin. The food is the world's, not the corporations or the governments to do with what as they feel. They feel that they should be the only ones that can find nutrition out of that, and we have to starve. No. Who made them God? Who made the corporations God? Satan did. Satan made the corporations God. The CEO of Nestle, who has 60% of his company built into bottled water, says that water should not be a right. They're going to tax you and make you pay to live. Get that through your heads. We will not stand for that. We will not take that. And we will take action. This is not a threat, and I'm not going to sound like a wrestling match. I'm just telling you out there, government agents that are watching this, you're working for the wrong side. You are endeavoring into caging and making a slave of your fellow man and killing him. And we will not stand for that. We're not going to go very much longer. Did you think we were just going to, really? You think we're just going to sit back and watch you destroy our kids and our family? No. No. You read the book wrong. And the book is coming to exert justice on you. They are going to cut the water off to the farmers. The food will dry up. They want chaos. People, this is where you throw a monkey wrench into their machine. There's no need to be in panic right now, but I'm going to show you in this video basic preps, where to buy things, what to buy, what can sustain you. It's not very expensive. All you need to do is start stocking up little by little. If you have the money, by all means, more power to you. Go buy $1 million worth of supplies. The more the better. Remember, think for your fellow man, not at first, because it's going to go chaotic, and then people will accumulate themselves into communities, and you'll know who you can trust and who you can't trust, and who's of God and who's not, and who needs to be saved and who needs to be let go, and what have you. But you need to start. This video will show you. Now, the articles to the Nestle CEO quotes are going to be down there. The articles to the farms being dried up are going to be down there. All of it is going to be in the bottom. You need to start getting ready. Now, this came out in the news yesterday, and they're saying it to everybody. The price of food will skyrocket at first when available. Jobs are going to be lost. People don't get that. Yes, the food is the most important part, but jobs are going to be lost. Some people are just rebounding from this other bullshit collapse that we had in 2008. And here we go again. They're going to pull the rug right from under us because they do not want the Western states to be able to succeed against the federal government. But don't you worry, any Western states. You do what you feel is necessary, and we here in California who are going to stay and make sure that the job is done will do whatever we need to do to support you in your bid. And when we're done, we will come in the numbers necessary to help you in your bid to get rid of the satanic tyranny. And we will do whatever it takes here. That's why I haven't moved. People tell me, get out of there, go to Texas. Yes, you're right. I will someday. But at first, I'm going to do my job. I'm still alive. I can still hold a rifle, and I'm going to do my job. And they can take it however they want. There's no more time to sugarcoat anything. You must act accordingly. And I don't mean write your congressman. I don't mean go and protest and get into forums and no. Prepare yourself. I run 6 miles. I try to run 6 miles twice a week. I'm going to go tomorrow. I haven't gone in a couple of days. I felt I needed to do this video more than I needed to run my 6 miles. But you need to get yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually ready for the coming events. You need to do this. Stop fighting it. It is about God and Satan, whether you want to admit it or not. There's people that come here and say, I was coming to help you because you're a fellow Second Amendment enthusiast, but when I saw that you were talking about God, I'll screw you. No, my friend, not screw me. Screw you. The Lord said that if you deny me at thy time of judgment, I will deny you. I do not deny the Lord, the real God, true God from true God, Lord Jesus Christ. I won't deny him. You can put a gun to my head and I can be unarmed and I'll tell you to pull that trigger. I will not deny the Lord Jesus Christ. Never. Never. For he is God of gods, true God from true God. And you have consequences to pay if you deny him now to be in a safe plush place that Satan puts you. I don't care if I sleep on twigs the rest of my life. I don't care if I feed off of worms. Hail, holy Jesus. Hail, King of Kings. True God from true God. In my life, the life I've lived so far, he gave me more than I ever deserved. He gave me more than I ever deserved. I got to see things people could only dream of in their life. I got to live in Europe for a whole year and see every single country without paying a dime out of my pocket. Not one dime. I was in Berlin when the wall came down. I experienced many things that a poor person like me from what you can say the hood in Los Angeles would have never ever dreamed of experiencing, because I have a great, awesome, and justful God. And he gave me more than I ever deserved in this life. And I ask him for forgiveness for the sins that I've committed to offend him, because I've committed sins. I'm not pure. That's why I always tell people when they start yapping away, the Lord said, he who liveth without sin can cast the first stone. I cannot cast the first stone, for I have liveth and still liveth with sin. But I beg on my knees that he forgives me every single night. And I mean it, because I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. I'm not the strongest man in the world. And yet, I know that fighting Satan is hard. He's the second most powerful entity and the most evil entity in the universe, and it's hard. But have faith, brothers and sisters, for he is coming. These events tell us he is coming. And my friend Badfinger 05200, believe it or not, they took his channel down for speaking the truth. We were talking on the phone yesterday, and he is right. I always kid that, he says things before he thinks, and he's a great person. Don't get me wrong. He's my crew, and I'm proud to be his friend. He said, it doesn't matter how they cut the water off. It doesn't matter how they cut the food off. They will be stymied by the Lord Jesus Christ. And the Lord will provide us. Yes, he will. Even with harp, even with all their power, even somehow, some way, if you have that faith, the Lord will trickle drops of water to put life into your body to resist. And you can take that to the bank. Now, the articles are going to be below. The video you're about to see is on equipment that I've accumulated over years. I know that it's not easy. I know there's no money. But on a budget, you can prepare to be able to give yourself and your family and loved ones chances to be able to survive into the later rounds of this thing, to be able to come to the Lord's glory. The Lord promises he comes. The Lord promises that he will make everything right. All we need to do is get there. Some of us might not. Who cares? Okay, that's fine. I'm prepared to die that I don't get there, but that my children get there. I will die that they will live to get to the Lord's glory. And I will use anything at my disposal, any method of defense at my disposal, any method of warfare at my disposal, any method, anybody, anything to achieve the victory that I have in my mind. My victory is for me and my children to get to the Lord's glory. or just my children, not a problem. That's my goal. And I'm going to achieve it one way or the other. That's why all of this jail crap, and I don't even lose sleep over it. Don't get me wrong, I stay awake at night because I do research and I'm constantly planning. But they don't keep me awake. I sleep like a baby. They're not going to win. That's just the way it is. They're not going to win. Anyway, this is basic equipment that you can accumulate. I've accumulated a lot of this equipment over the years. It is not the only way. It is not the best way. It is, for me, the most convenient, basic way. And this is for basic anybody to use. Some of it will be called combat. I understand that, but you can still use it for yourself. Accumulate extra bandages. Some of the stuff I didn't put in the video. Extra bandages. They don't cost a lot of money. $1 at Walmart. And I hate to plug the corporations, but unfortunately, they're the ones with the supplies. So let's use our enemy. Let's use our enemy against his own energy. I will use my enemy, who are the corporations, to supply myself that I can fight you later. That's the way I see it. So therefore, spend $1, buy extra bandages. If you have a medical condition, think of it now. Like my wife gets headaches. We've stocked up on, the medicine that takes migraines away, Tylenol, for you women, feminine pads. Don't be embarrassed. It is what it is. Think what it is that you need. Right now, there's still not chaos. I say it in my video. You don't have money? Don't go to the movies this weekend. Don't go to the bar and drink $100 worth of drinks. Use that to prepare yourself, because we're already here. Okay? Here's the video, and I'll be with you after for a closing thought. We're for 13 out. Okay, here we are. And what we're looking at here is Miltech's mid-sized 3-day assault pack. Now, a lot of people will call it different things. Bug out pack, survival backpack. And the theory is in the 3-day assault pack is that you should have enough supplies, enough things that you're carrying in this backpack to be able to sustain you for 3 days. We call it 3-day assault pack because we will utilize our equipment in combat. I understand that a lot of people aren't going to be involved in combat. A lot of people aren't going to be involved in fighting for your right to survive, and I understand that and I respect that. So you can call it your 3-day bug out pack. The reason I like the Miltech is because I did research. I did a lot of research before I purchased, and again, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. I do not have a lot of money. Now, I used to be a real estate agent, and in the good times, I made a lot of money, and I got prepared, and I've been preparing with my crews since the early 90s, and I've been awake since the late 80s, and that'll be a story for another video. But nevertheless, when I did good, I armed myself, and I bought the best things. Now, we don't have a lot of money to go around. Times are super tough. We're barely surviving. I've been getting a lot of emails and a lot of requests from other people that say, I don't know what to do. I don't have a lot of money. And that's why, since the beginning of about maybe 3-4 years ago, everything I prepare with that I hadn't bought, I buy as budgeted as I possibly can to be able to get myself prepared with something that's, halfway decent to very good quality and not spend that much money. And the reason I like the Miltech, now, again, in these videos, as I said before, this is my way to prepare. This is the way we prepare in my crew. We are efficient with this. It's not the best way. It may differ from other ways that you're going to prepare. You have to ask yourself, what is it that I'm going to do? Am I going to fight for my right to survive? Am I going to just be on the run? Am I going to hide out somewhere? You have to ask yourself that question, and then you have to determine what it is you're going to need based on what decision you've made. Most of you know that me and my guys, we're not going to go gentle into that good night. So we prepare, and the preparations I'm going to show you today are for urban combat. And just take it in mind that the majority of combat that immediately will follow the demise of civilization will be urban combat. You prepare different for when you're out in the open field, and I will show you that at a later video if I deem necessary. I will not show you everything here. This is going to be a basic demonstration, as you need to come to the crew, you need to be screened, and then I'll show you proper combat preparation, proper combat techniques that work, that have been proven. We have scrimmaged with active duty units, and we win every time, gentlemen. I hate to tell you that. I know I've gotten hate mail, and I've gotten hate comments. Oh, you're not my commander. I don't care. I don't want to be your commander. You're brainwashed if you're in the military. You have a set of protocols that you go by. We have learned those protocols. We know our enemy. We know ourselves. And we're guaranteed 100% victory 100% of the time, 100% of every battle. You know, people say, well, you know, your credentials. I had another militia commander tell me, well, who the hell are you? Blah, blah, blah. But when we scrimmaged, we lost 2 casualties to his 35. That's all I have to say. And we think out of the box. I've studied warfare, and I'm going to show you. That is my library there. I built World War II historical models as a hobby, and that is my library there. Extensive battle knowledge of countless conflicts through history. And you know what? It works. When you study your adversary, you study your enemy, you study, it works. Anyway, to make a long story short, this is what I recommend for you to get. And the reason I recommend this is because it is very well made. Get the mid-size. Don't get the small size. The small one goes for about $49, and it is out of Scotland, but it is of a Chinese manufacturer. The reason I like the mid-size is that for $60, you get this mid-size pack by Miltech, and it's made by Sturm. And if anybody knows anything, Sturm is the manufacturer of most of the German Army's equipment. And German equipment is equal to and sometimes even better than American equipment. And I know a lot of you are going to disagree, you veterans and all that. But I've compared both, and I deem what I deem is true. The Miltech backpack is $60. Now, people have made reviews on other backpacks and what have you, and they like them better, but they're like in the $200 range. This is $60, and for $60, it is a very good value. It is built to military specifications. It is waterproof. It is collapsible. It collapses here. The main compartments are waterproof here, and I'm going to show you where you can get everything so that there's no, where do you get it? See, the main compartments are waterproof. It is bladder ready, and this is actually my wife's. Just ordered it out of Amazon. She has credit there, and that's where you get these on Amazon.com. Miltech mid-size, the $60 one. Do not get the $49, $50 one because it's made in China. This one's made in Germany by Sturm. You can see the tag here. And the tag there shows you it's made by Sturm. Sturm is the manufacturer, again, of most of the German Army's equipment. And they make excellent level 3 Kevlar helmets, which is what I use for my head protection. You're looking at my gas mask there. This is the Sturm Level 3 German Army issue, current issue Kevlar helmet. Very good value for the price. We'll get into this later. I just want to show you that the company that makes that makes this. See? Sturm, made in Germany. I got my doggy here. The backpack is a very good value, again, because it's very well made. It is made to military specifications. It is waterproof. It has different compartments. It has actually 4 main different compartments. One main compartment here, let me show you. One main compartment here, which, if you can see there, has a small pocket here to be able to carry small. You gotta bear with me here. I'm doing this video by myself. Small pocket here to be able to carry equipment. It's got a map netting here, main compartment here, and again, you can see that it is waterproofed. And all of the stitching on the MOLLE webbing is triple stitching to military specifications. You can see that right there. It's all triple stitching to military specifications. This is the main compartment here again. It is waterproof. The second compartment is almost as big as the first compartment. And I've got one already set up, mine, which, again, this is my wife's, and it'll be set up differently because her capacity and what's coming and her role in what's coming is going to be totally different than mine. But these are excellent packs for $60. Now, before I got this, I researched Red Rock, and I researched, all of them seem to be made in China. All of them seem to be able to last about a year. They're $49.50. But the problem with that is that they start coming apart after the first year of some mild usage. These are made by Sturm, who makes, again, I showed you, equipment for the German Army. They are made to military specifications. They are very well made, very well thought of. Here's another pocket, and I'll show you how I utilize it in mine. You have to, again, ask yourself what your situation is, what you're going to do, and then think it through thoroughly. A lot of the stuff that we use in combat will filter over to civilian use, and you'll see why. But whatever capacity you're going to perform when this thing happens, you have to ask yourself, again, here's the waterproofing in the back. You have to ask yourself, what is it I'm going to do, and what is it I'm going to need? That's the second compartment. You have a third small compartment here, and then another smaller medium compartment back here. They all have MOLLE webbing here, triple stitched. All of the buckles are very well made. It's got D-rings in the front with MOLLE webbing, padded. It's padded here, and then your bladder, your hydration bladder goes here. I'm going to show you where you can get everything and how much it costs, and you can see that on a budget, if you just budget yourself week by week, you can accumulate things. Now, understand, a lot of the things I'm going to show you today in my equipment wasn't accumulated overnight. It was accumulated over the years of planning, over the years of knowing what was coming, buying things when they're on sale immediately without thinking about it, holding on to them for years. I've had my helmets for years. I had my guns for years. By the way, those aren't the only guns I have, but nevertheless, they don't have to know that. But anyway, the equipment that I've had for years, and you know, I've been prepared again since the late 80s, early 90s, and that's why I have what I have. Nevertheless, you can get this pack on Amazon. Type in Miltech, and you're going to get 2 descriptions. The small one, which is $49 or $59, I don't remember, and then the bigger one, which is $60 to $69. You want to get the bigger one because it is made in Germany by Sturm, again, who makes the equipment for the German Army. It is made to military specifications, and you can read the reviews there. It has great reviews. I mean, everything is well made in this pack to be able to survive the ruggedness that is going to happen once you get out. I'm in Sacramento here, and you know, it's amazing. I come from LA, and when I got to Sacramento, I call it a rural urban area because, I mean, whole complete cities are built within forests. There's my little brown guy. Wants to be a star here on the video here with me. My doggy. But anyway, we live in a rural urban area, and we aren't going to be in a shortage of food, and I'll let you know why later on, or water. You have to think it through and through where you're situated, what your situation is, what will be your capacity when this happens, and then you have to think of what you are going to need. I'm going to give you a basic rundown of what you should have, and then from there you can customize it yourself. Again, my way isn't the best way. My way isn't the only way, because I'm sure I'm going to get the veterans and the Iraq veterans and the Afghan veterans that know it better and all of that. You know, everybody has their own opinion, and they're entitled to their own opinion. I will tell you that every time we've scrimmaged with active duty units, we come out on top. And I won't show you in this video because those are combat tactics and I don't want to give my adversary anything. You need to come to the crew, get screened, and you can be taught the techniques that will defeat anything. But nevertheless, this is the backpack that I use, and we just acquired this one for my wife through Amazon and her credit. And it's a very good backpack, and if you're going to get a backpack, this is the backpack I recommend. $69 isn't going to break you. There's equal to and a little bit better backpacks, but they run in the hundreds. For the money, I believe this is the best value. Now I'm going to show you how it's set up. Okay, now you have to understand, no modern mechanized army can sustain urban warfare for a prolonged period of time. The Soviet Union, the Russian army, in the winter of 1942-43, proved this at a place called Stalingrad. They proved it for the first time in the world that no matter how well equipped, how well trained, how mighty a force that's opposing you might be, when you get into urban warfare against determined organized resistance, all of the technological advantages of the opposing invading army nullified to none. Because you'll have your multi-billion-dollar tank knocked out by one guy with a tank-destroying device, whether it be an RPG, AT-4, Molotov cocktail, satchel charge, etc., etc., etc. And even if you manage to kill him, he just killed $4 million worth of equipment with something so simple as what I just talked about. Tanks in general cannot hold ground without infantry advancing with it. And if you can understand that, you can understand the mistakes that have been made in the Iraq, Afghanistan, and the Syrian war, and where the insurgents failed to capitalize on the mistakes of the invading American and Allied forces for allowing their tanks to just roam without infantry. And again, you're going to get the veterans to defend and this and that. And it doesn't matter how much you defend. Statistics prove it. 3 elite panzer divisions with countless infantry divisions, over 100,000 men, were swallowed up by the inferior Russian Red armies in the house-to-house fighting that took place at Stalingrad. At Stalingrad, there was determined resistance. Every corner, every room, every house, every yard, every corridor, every hallway, every floor of every building was contested. One German soldier said that the building seemed to be occupied by devils that no fire, bullets, or bombs could extract from that building, for they would not die and they would keep fighting. Well, it probably wasn't the same guys. What happens is that those guys get wiped out. The Germans would occupy the floor, then 30 Russians would come in and kill them, and then they would occupy the floor, and it just becomes a battle of wills. Who wants it more? And years later, every inch of Stalingrad was fought over, including the sewers. There was humongous battles under there, to battalion-strength battles, where bodies were being washed out of the sewer system 20 years later, after everything had passed already and everything, because of so many bodies down there and what have you. And the problem with the modern New World Order is that they haven't met real real organized, determined resistance. Yes, the insurgents fight and they're brave, but they're stupid. And I don't care if they come here and they want to yap or whatever. They are brave but they fight stupid. We've been studying their tactics. The videos that come out of these battles is what I use to train the guys in the crew, to show them where the mistakes are being made by both sides. But nevertheless, that's for another video. Let's get back to urban warfare. Now, urban warfare is what we prepare because we live in the city, and inevitably when this goes down, whether you like it or not, even if you're trying to get out of the city, you will have to engage in urban combat. Whether it be the forces of evil that are doing this to us and occupying us, or evil forces that are civilian nature that just want to roam around and cause havoc, whether it be any of that, you're going to have to engage in urban combat to get yourself extracted from the city. In the beginning, in my opinion, for us anyway, the city will be a good thing because markets, believe it or not, whether everybody's fighting for them or whatever, they will be housing products and what have you, and not everybody thinks like us, if you get what I mean. So anyway, we equip for urban combat. Now, when we get to the field, and we will, because that's in the plan, we will equip a little bit differently. Now, we will not, here in Sacramento, what I like about it is that unlike Los Angeles, is that we will have an abundance of food immediately. Where I live, there are packs of wild turkeys that run around. They're protected by law, but in those days, law won't mean anything, and food is the only thing that'll mean anything. We have skunks, squirrels, we have ducks in the creek right next door. We have game, pretty much abundance here that will sustain us. That is why, in my crew anyway, every other man is required to own a .22 rifle or a pellet rifle. We don't want to be wasting valuable, good ammunition on game that we can kill with a pellet or with a .22 long rifle gun, whereas the ammo is really super cheap and you can get it at Walmart. That being said, this is how we equip our 3-day assault packs to be able to sustain us when we're away from the rally points. Yes, we have rally points. And the rally points are known as home bases, and that's where the bulk of our food and water is housed. And this is just for patrol and food mission operations and operations against the adversary. Again, you can use a lot of this for your bug out and for whatever situation that you're looking to be in, because a lot of it is basic. The first thing I want you to see is that this is the same pack that I was previewing earlier, only this one's already set up. And as you can see, it's already extended to its fullest here. It's got the padded shoulder straps here. My hydration bladder nipple there, hose and nipple there. It's got the belts here that hold everything. It's got moly, and you'll see. You want to have, wherever you're at, you want to have at least a good knife with you. And this was given to me by a good friend of mine. You want to have a good knife that can cut through materials and skin fish and game and what have you. Along with this kit, which is the Smith & Wesson axe and knife, it comes with an axe, which the holster here, I put the belt right through the holster. You can put this on your belt, or you can put this here on your backpack or whatever. I like it on my backpack, so I'm going to be really super loaded but you get this utility axe, which is not only good to chop wood, it is a good hand-to-hand combat defense tool, if you get my picture. But very good quality axe, very good sharp blade there. You want to get yourself a good sharpener and keep your tools at the highest efficiency, optimum operating as possible. I'm going to put this back now, and you'll see that I love this holster because it just slides in, and then it just Velcros. It just slides in. He doesn't want to cooperate right now because I'm with one hand. Velcro's there, and you're ready to go here. And like I said, I hang it on the side here because on my uniform and on my sling will go my ammo and other different things, and this is where I carry this. I also have a machete for you Americans, that is like 24 inches long, that I also recommend, especially if you're out in forested areas where you're going to be needing wood for fire, wood for shelter, cutting down brush and what have you. You need to have yourself a good machete. But nevertheless, let's check out how this is set up. My bladder is in there, as you can see. And what I love about this is the MOLLE straps that are right into the shoulder straps, and you put this and it's ready for you to hydrate yourself with water. It holds 88 ounces of water. I'm going to show you where you can find that. I'm going to tell you where you can get everything, ladies and gentlemen. So a lot of people will show you videos on YouTube and the equipment's great, but they won't tell you where to get it or where to get it the cheapest. I'm going to do both because I've gotten a lot of mail saying I don't have money and how can I do this? I'm down to my last $100. Well, this was $60. You're not going to buy everything in one shot, but you have to recognize the urgency of the situation and then tell yourself, do I really want to go out to the bar tonight and blow $60 with the guys, or do I want to get prepared for my family, myself, or what have you, to give myself a better chance when this starts? All that drinking's going to go bye-bye, gentlemen, ladies. You know, get yourself prepared first. And I'm not against having a good time. A lot of people tell me, well, God, you're always thinking. No, I'm not thinking always gloom and doom. Remember, I got ready since the early 90s, and I used to party too, and I used to go to the clubs, and I used to do all that. But this was on the back of my mind all the time. And whenever I could accumulate equipment, I would accumulate equipment. I would acquire equipment that was very reasonably priced because I knew these days were coming. So these things have landed and been acquired by me over the years. Now, on this side, and for you people that are going to do something about it in the city, you need to get one of these, and I'll show you another one later. And these are mainly roofing materials. You can get these at Home Depot. They're like $10. Make sure you get a US one because they're sturdy made, they don't break. And this is an excellent hand-to-hand combat piece if you need to. But more important, you're going to be involved in urban combat, or at least urban survival. Buildings will be demolished. Buildings will be abandoned. You're going to need to move and pry things to get through, make passages for you to fire through. If you know anything about sniping or whatever, you know that an urban scenario is the ideal place for snipers, and this will help you move holes through walls and what have you. It is a very, very powerful and very necessary tool for you to have, and I recommend every guy in my crew has one of these. $10, made out of steel. You're not going to go wrong. Even helpful in the country too. If there's a tree you're cutting and you need to pry it, you can get a lot of leverage with these little guys. They fit beautifully right here in the MOLLE straps, and you know, it's a very indispensable, important, necessary tool to have. Okay, now we're going to undo the straps here, and I'm going to show you how I'm set up. Again, this is my way that I've set up. I'm not claiming it's the best. I'm not claiming it's the only way. You have to think your situation through and think what you need to equip yourself with. Now, regardless of whether you're going to be in combat or just surviving or what have you, all packs need to have one of these. And the reason I love this pack, this is the first thing I thought of when I saw this pack. And again, you have MOLLE straps everywhere that are triple stitched that will hold a lot of equipment that you need to put that won't fit in here. But you'll see how I have it set up. The rear part I consider the essential survival part, and you'll see why. In the small pocket here is where I keep my basic first aid kit. Okay? Now, your first aid kit does not have to look exactly like this. Try to get something compact where it can go there. This is basic of basic. You pick these up at Walmart. I hate to plug Walmart because they're a corporation, but where the hell else are we going to get our stuff, okay? These are like $8 or $10 or something, and they have everything that's basic. Now, apart from your basic first aid, remember your medical situation. If you get headaches, if you get colds, if you get, pack extra of that, pack extra Tylenol, pack extra, aspirin, pack extra whatever it is that you're going to need. Don't just rely on the basic first aid. This is for an emergency, a cut, somebody has a fever, what have you. But your medicines should also go in here. Pack them in a Ziploc bag and put them in here with this. I generally don't suffer from any of those conditions, so I feel myself adequate with just the first aid kit here. And I know we're already in 13 minutes and what have you, and it's dragging on, but they asked me to do this video, so I'm going to do it. You have the basics. You have your sanitary pads here to sterilize wounds. You have your Q-tips here, various pills here, and bandages. You have a light stick, a cold pack, gauze, alcohol pad, bandages. Now, again, I'm going to take more bandages and put them in here. I'm going to take more Tylenols and put them in here. More, anything that you can think of that you or the surrounding people might be in necessity of when the whole thing goes down. You want to be as prepared as possible. It doesn't take a lot of money. Again, this was only like $10 to $14 at Walmart. You can go to sportsmansguide.com, cheaperthandirt.com, and look for first aid kits there. They have everything at Cheaper Than Dirt. They have everything at Sportsman's Guide, tents, combat equipment, and what have you. For now, we're going to leave this here. And that pack, again, goes in here. It is waterproof. It is waterproof. I love this backpack. This backpack's great. On the bottom compartment, I have extra food, and I will explain that in a little bit. Okay, and it is my hygiene compartment. I have shavers, shaving cream, toothbrush. You want to smell good for combat. I know. And 2 bars of soap. You never know. Okay, you never know. Especially you guys in the city, you'll still be having access to water, and I'll show you how. People go, well, what are you gonna do when the water? Yeah, there's still gonna be water. They're gonna cut it out of the faucet, but there's still gonna be water. There's water at parks. There's water in public pools, in swimming pools, and what have you. Now, naturally, they will be highly contested areas, and that's another video all in itself of how to secure perimeters and how to attack and assault and what have you. But again, it is a situation that you're going to find yourself in, but nevertheless, there will still be water for you to conduct hygiene operations on yourself, okay? Cleanliness is next to godliness, and if you can, the cleaner and more comfortable you can stay, the more alert you can stay, I always say. Now, you will notice that in my pack, I won't be carrying that much food because I have a sling, and I'll show it to you before the end of the video as to where I keep my food. But non-combatants can put food in these compartments. And what I recommend you to do is you have to remember, protein is the name of the game. Protein is what gives you the carbohydrates to give strength to your body to continue. And every time I go to Walmart that I can, I pick up 10, 13 of these. These are only 35 cents. And you want to have enough food to sustain you at least 3 days in the field. Now, remember, consider this type of food here. It's potted meat. It doesn't taste terrible. It goes good with crackers. This will sustain your life. The formula is that 13 ounces of substance with 4 ounces of water can sustain life. That is a military formula that it works. I've tried it, and I recommend you get as many of these as you can, and then don't touch them. Use them only for your bug out pack, assault pack, or what have you. And I carry these 3, and then I carry another 6 in my other food pouch that I have on my sling. And again, you can eat two of these a day and you're going to be fine because it's meat. It's real potted meat. It doesn't go bad. It's in a can and they're only 37 cents. Believe it or not, 37 cents at Walmart. Now, again, people go, well, it's going to fall apart. Yes, it's going to fall apart. But in the meantime, you can accumulate these and have enough for you to be going out. And eventually, this is just to sustain you till you can shoot game. Whether it's skunk, whether it's squirrel, whether it's duck, whether it's whatever. The protein will come from there, but this is more like a sea ration, like an emergency ration that will sustain you. And I carry 3 of these in this compartment here because you can never carry too much food. I have my food pouch, and then I didn't want to waste any space, so I put 3 more of these here, and everything fits really good. I mean, this pack is made awesome. I love this pack. And again, I studied the Red Rock one. I studied all of the budget ones that are under $100. And for under $100 and quality of manufacture, you're not going to beat this pack. It's made to military specifications. The zippers are top notch. They're not made in China. And excellent quality for the price. Now we're going to go into our this is what I call my tool section here. And again, you have to remember, this is for people that are going to be in the city, that are going to engage in urban combat, okay? If you're not going to engage in urban combat, naturally, you're not going to need some of these tools, but you'll still need some of these tools to survive, get you through collapsed buildings, get you through, anything, various roadblocks, what have you. Stripping things that you might need later on, and what have you to be able to survive. Again, this isn't the only way. This isn't the best way. This is my way. This is the way we equip. And it hasn't let us down yet, and it's made to a budget. And again, everything in my packs are under $100, under $20 because I'm not made of a lot of money yet. We've been able to equip our people, equip ourselves with the right type of equipment to be able to sustain us and survive the coming crisis. And let me tell you, it's coming because they announced here, and I'm gonna again, I'll say it in the video. They announced that the farmers are gonna stop planting food because there's not gonna be any water. So there you go, killing 2 birds with 1 stone, killing the food, killing the water. And the powers that be are hell-bent on destroying us. And see how nice that fits back there? It's beautiful. I love this pack. Okay, now we're going to go into our tool compartment. This is my tool compartment. And these are the tools I recommend to my people. More food. See, a can of chili sauce. Yeah, you say, oh, chili sauce. Yeah, you eat this, and it will fill you up for a couple of hours. Now, what you want to have, basics, and please don't mind this. This is just for example. I have a Craftsman, but headlamp. Now, I understand the benefits like, oh, you can't wear lights or whatever. No, you can't wear lights in combat. But how about in the dark when you're looking for somewhere to sleep and seeing if there's nails around and what have you and all that? You want to put this on your head and it shines wherever. We got a pack of 3 of these for $9. That's $3 a light. At a place called Big Lots. Check your 99-cent store, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to be able to get this type of equipment for dirt cheap. It works excellent. I use them when I fix cars and I'm under the car and I don't want to be holding the lamp with my mouth or with one hand while I screw. This is awesome. These are great and they work great. It also flashes for distress signals or what have you, and it's adjustable, fits on helmets, on your head, over your hat, what have you, and it's a great piece of equipment to have. Free standing light. This light here is magnetized and it has a hook, and it can go like this, hang. It's also a mini flashlight, but the main source of light will come from here. Again, this was 99 cents at the Dollar Tree. Works excellent. Doesn't have to be the best made light. Doesn't have to be. As long as it lights up, gives you quite a bit of light, and can stick anywhere that's metal, and with that hook you can hang it pretty much anywhere. You want to have that. Tape measure. I know people are like, you're fucking crazy. What do you need tape measure for? Well, what if you need to cut a certain plank that you're working on? What I tell people is when you engage in combat, have in mind that you're an engineer unit also. Our adversary is well equipped, well funded, that he doesn't need to have just the engineer unit. He has regular assault units, recon units, blah, 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 and then engineer units. You, on the other hand, don't have that luxury because you're not a millionaire, you're not backed by a government, and therefore you need to be thinking like they do of every situation that can pop up at you, and you need to think like an engineer unit. We think like an engineer unit. We will be creating cavities for ourselves to where we can snipe at the enemy. We'll be creating cavities where we can do surprise assaults on armor. Different things. Well, sometimes you'll need this. Trust me. If you can think about it, you can need it. Another thing that I have, this is not necessary, but I like to have it, is a battery operated electrical screwdriver. Now, this was $5 at Home Depot. Again, everything's going to be super cheap. That's necessary. This was $12 at Walmart. It's Black & Decker. The batteries are rechargeable. Well, there's not going to be no power, Joe. Oh, no, there's not going to be no power. But there's going to be solar power screens along the highway at all of their call boxes. See, it is information like that we teach at the crew that will allow you to outthink your adversary. And let me tell you, by doing this, you throw a monkey wrench. Mark Hornicky said it best. You throw a monkey wrench into his machine because he deems you a dumb sheep. You're just going to get swept up. Well, we have news for you. We have something for the New World Order. And they're not going to like it. But anyway, that's another essential tool. Another tool that you must have is rope. Now, this is 50 feet of Twisted Poly Pro nylon. Again, I equip for combat. One of these will suffice for you if you're just out to survive. This is prorated strength. I like to have prorated strength above 200 pounds because the average person weighs 200 pounds. It is prorated to 1,250 pounds. And look what we paid for it. $2 at Big Lots. All of this equipment, essential. Not expensive. It's not going to break your bank. You can buy it in a period of a month if you just stop going out and throwing your money at the movies, Disneyland, going and drinking with your buddies. Hold off on all of that. Be prepared. Like, again, I'm not against that. But prepare first, and then you can go and have your fun. This is one of the must-have tools. Again, I worked roofing for a while, and this was a versatile, invaluable tool. It will be useful for prying doorways open when you're being chased. It'll be useful for hand-to-hand combat. That is super sharp. You put that in someone's eyeball, someone's face. Trust me, this is made in the USA. These don't flex. They don't break. They are the real deal. I believe these are like about $16 at Home Depot. And it is invaluable. You can pull nails through there, pry with that. Pry right there, gouge, split. You put this into wood and then you bang it up with the hammer there and it splits it. I mean, there's different things that you can use this tool. And every man in the crew engaged in urban combat must provide this and that other little leg that I showed you. I tape it up because the bottom's so sharp that I don't want to rip the waterproof lining in this thing. Now, you want to have shelter. These expand to like 8 feet by 4 feet. These here. Well, guess what? You put these two together in the wilderness and you have a nice little shelter. Guess how much we paid for these? $4 at the Dollar Tree. Yes, $4. Yes, I know people are saying, well, they're made in China. They're not going to last that long, but they're going to last a couple of times. And you can make yourself a shelter out of this. Put one on the ground, put one over your head. Put your sleeping bag on it, what have you, okay? Flat screwdriver. Phillips screwdriver. And one thing everybody must have, and these are great, this was given to me by a friend, is a razor saw. This is so awesome. This expands like a knife. And let me tell you something. I tested it out. It cuts through wood like a hot knife through butter. You can cut branches to make fire. You can cut branches to make a shelter. You can cut doorways to have them collapse on your enemy. Booby traps, what have you. It saws through wood beautifully. And these things here, this is HDX. You can get these at Home Depot for about $8. Very good investment that every survival pack should have, whether you're in combat or whether you're just surviving. You must have a razor saw. Beautiful. It is just beautiful. Zip ties. You know, you never know what you're going to need them for. Tie a couple of branches together. Make those snares for when you're out there hunting squirrel and what have you. Ratchet, screwdriver. I just overkill on tools. I'm sorry. I'm that way. One thing that you definitely must have is a fire starting kit. You know, learn the ability to start fire from scratch, which I have, but this is waterproof and this is convenient, right? Why wouldn't we want to have convenience if we can have convenience and it doesn't take that much room in your backpack? Recently, I got a barbecue for Christmas, and these little tools came in it, and I felt, you know, these can come in handy one day. They're super flat. They're not as strong as a Craftsman tool, but they can get the job done somewhere. And if you need to leave it, they came free. So you never throw anything away. Think like your adversary, so that you can outthink your adversary. And never discard anything. Like I said, I'm a tool freak because I've worked with my hands and I know how to do a lot of things, and anything can come in handy. Again, this is my tool. This is my tool pouch. We think like an engineering unit, and we think like our adversary, and there will be a situation where we will be caught in that we can't get out of or do something about. In my crew, we have carpenters, we have framers, we have pretty much everything. So we're pretty much self-sufficient when it comes to that. And again, this is the tool pocket, and it doesn't have to be set up this way. This is the way I set it up for my particular purpose. And I find that it sets up exactly the way I want it. And I love this pack. It's just the right size. It's built the right way. And you're not going to beat it for the price. You're not going to beat it. I looked everywhere, and yeah, you're just not going to beat this pack for the price. It's a great pack, and I can't stop saying that much about it because it's built right. It's going to survive, and it's going to carry us through some stuff. I am sure of it. So we equip with this pack with the Miltech mid price, which is in the $60, $69 range. Again, it's waterproof. It holds a lot of stuff. That there, again, is my tool. That is my tool pocket there. And we're going to get into the essential clothing equipment pocket next. Now, the main pocket will be used for your waterproof parkas, extra essentials, and what have you. Remember, you want to have as much equipment as you possibly can so that you're not later on scrambling and what have you. Try to, even though this is waterproof, try to keep everything in bags. I have extra pair of socks, long, thick socks that'll keep me warm. An extra rope. This one's a thicker type of rope. Again, I only paid $5 for it. And it is 50 feet. You want to carry essentials and waterproof them. Toilet paper in a waterproof Ziploc bag. You never think of these things until you're out and you don't have them. You're going to need it, okay? It's a human nature. A good set of gloves for your weapons, for anything. You want to have a good set of gloves and knee pads. These gloves here, I acquired them at Home Depot. They were on clearance for $10. Beautiful, excellent, dark colors. In the field, we will dress in camouflage, and I'll show you the camouflage. And in the city, we we will be wearing nothing but dark black. And these go well with what we wear in both the city and the country. $10, Home Depot. You're going to need that. Here's my waterproof parka, and it comes in my current German Army issue Flecktarn Camel. And this is waterproof, folds up very nice there. And I can pull this out if the weather needs me to pull this out. I'm gonna get a black one here for the city. I just wanted to put that in there to show you how everything goes in there really nice and neat. Combat goggles. Now these you can pick up. These are made by Sturm, which are the official issue of the German Army. And you can pick these up at mainemilitary.com. A lot of this stuff you can get at mainemilitary.com. M-I-N-E military.com. Super cheap. Beautiful surplus store. Won't break your budget. These were brand new, $24. Same kind the German Army wears. They are extra large for expanded wear over the helmet. Over that helmet right there. And they're made to military specifications. Brand new, $24, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. And you need a set of those. Extra lenses. I like this pack. This pack was made like for them because this pocket here carries extra colored lenses for those that come in Ziploc waterproof bags for those goggles. So since this was made by Sturm, and these are made by Sturm, and this is made by Sturm, it molds together really nice, and it's not that expensive. Now, one essential thing that you're going to need, and this is everybody, you're going to need a chemical suit. This is a Mark III chemical suit. They come in vacuum packed bags. They are not the best, but they are adequate for what we're going to be getting sprayed with and the amount of exposure that we're going to have, and they go well with our gas masks. These, I believe, are like $20 at mainemilitary.com. Go to mainemilitary.com and go through their surplus, and you can get a lot of stuff super cheap. The uniforms are cheap. Gas masks, which we'll get into in a little bit, are super cheap there. But everybody must have a chemical suit. Again, it's not going to break your bank. This was only $20 for the pants and the hood, and it will protect you in a deep situation. Now, one thing that I'm going to show you next, you must have. Everybody should get this. This is the Swiss M17, I believe it's an M17. I'm not sure. But this is, no, M71, I'm sorry. The Swiss M71 portable stove. Now, I've always thought, we can equip ourselves with those little mini propane tanks and blah, but what happens with those is that if a bullet comes through, it'll pop them and it becomes like a little bomb. It'll blow you up and kill you. These are gel filled. These are military. They're gel filled. So if a bullet goes through here, it's like self-sealing fuel tanks of war, and nothing's going to happen because it's gel. They're made out of cardboard, and it's not going to cause a spark, and the heat from the bullet won't set it off. Nothing. It's made out of gel, and it comes with the portable grill here. Now, you can get a pack of 4 of these for $17, but I don't advise you to buy all of them at Main Military. Just get yourself one pack so that you can get the grills, and then you can go to your nearest party supply, and they have the same gel in different containers but similar for way cheaper, and I'll show you in a little bit. But you need to have this to heat up the beans I showed you, to heat up any kind of meat. This can cook for like 3 hours. And you can put a pot on top of here, light, you turn it over, you put the grill on top of here, you pull this lid off, you put the grill on top of here, and you light it up, and it cooks for over 3 hours. You can heat up a pot of whatever it is that you're cooking on one of these cans. And it is an essential thing that you need to have in your backpack. Again, mainemilitary.com, M-A-I-N-E military, one word, mainemilitarysupply.com. And you can get gas masks there. You can get packs, bags, shoes, socks. You can get these. You can get the parkas, equipment, the goggles. You can get all of that stuff there. Dirt cheap. Okay, they even sell you I love these. These are Swiss-made NBC filters, nuclear, biological, chemical. These will filter out nuclear, these will filter out biological, anthrax, what have you, or chemical. Any of those three, for a period of about an hour and a half, you have to crack this open, and then the filter's in there, and it goes into your gas mask. Again, that is the tool pack, the tool compartment there. And this, again, was the essential clothing compartment there. Now, the last thing that I'm going to pack here that I haven't discussed is fishing line. Get yourself some good fishing line. 50-pound test is good enough. 150 feet. Here's my little brown guy again. He wants to be in the video. But say hi, Winston. Winston, say hi. That's my little brown guy there. Anyway, this is essential for when you're out in the field, whether it's used for what it's made for, fishing, and there's other combat uses that you can use it for. I will not get into here on this video. You must come to the crew, get screened, approved by me, and then we will teach you how to use this effectively in combat. Nevertheless, it is a very essential thing that every backpack should have. You can tie things with it. You can, different things. Think multiple tasking of every item, and you'll find different things that you can use it for. And that goes there in the tool pouch. Then we close it all up. Okay, now you can get this backpack at Amazon.com for about $60. You can get that axe set at Big 5 Sporting Goods for another $20. You can get the mini crowbar at Home Depot for about $10. Made in the USA, excellent sharp tool for plying nails, breaking through small holes through walls for sniping, what have you. And it's a great close combat tool. As you can see there, will not break. Multiple strikes and it will not break. Bladder, the bladder, you can get this bladder from mainmilitary.com. It's $19, and you can order it. If you're going to order from Main Military, they have the gas masks, they have uniforms, they have sleeping bags, they have multiple items that you're going to get everything in one bulk, and then get so that the shipping is cheaper. I believe that if you do $100, they do free shipping. But this here alone was $19. It holds 88 ounces. This is the way we set up. Again, this is for combat. Not my wife's will be set up very different. You can get these helmets there at Main Military for $100. They're level 3. They're equal to the United States PASCAT. Very well made, almost brand new. German, made by Sturm. Level 3 Kevlar. This is what I'm going to use in combat. It's a very well made helmet. I like this helmet actually better than the US one. The webbing inside, everything. It's actually, the tam part is actually leather, and it keeps the sweat from falling down. They have a camo cover for this one. I will be getting my camo cover that goes along with the camouflage. We will use camouflage in the field, and in the city we will use just jet black. Now we're going to get into the gas masks. Now, this is the gas mask that I use. I acquired this gas mask about maybe 20 years ago, 15 years ago at a surplus store. This is official German issue Bundeswehr. I know the new ones have the full face and all that. They're $200, $200 something. This was only 20 bucks. It is real, a West German issue from back then. I'm comfortable with it, and let me see if I can pull it out of its canister here. I won't be using the canister. I just have it in there for now. I'm going to put it in a pouch and put it in the backpack. But here's the gas mask, very well made. It is military issue, and you can tell it's military issue because the eyelids are larger. And you'll see when I compare it to the civilian Israeli one that my wife has and that I have for my kids. This is a German-made, excellent. It takes the 40 millimeter replacement cartridge there. It comes with a cartridge. These will last generally, I'd say about an hour, hour and a half. They're comparable to all NATO. You can buy extra cartridges at Main Military, NATO quality, Swiss, NBC. You can get a pack of 3 for like $21. You need to have extras of these, a lot of extras, okay? You need to practice with your masks. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just showing you the basic equipment that we have. And the reason I got this is, if you can see, the eyelids are very large and teardropped down triangular style. That is so that you can use your weapon while wearing the mask better. You can see through it better and use your aimers on your weapon, use the gun sights better, and won't obstruct your vision while you're shooting. The civilian ones have smaller eyelids and they're round, and they're just as good, but they're for civilian use when you're not going to use weapons. Both of them will work just fine for nuclear, biological, and chemical. This is made to military specifications, very well sturdy made. That's why I don't get rid of it. I like it. This is what I'm going to use, and basically, it's an excellent gas mask. I don't know if you can still get this, but this was $20 at a surplus store about 20 years ago. Still great to use today. Now I'm going to show you the civilian ones that you can get at Main Military. You can get Israeli-made civilian gas masks at mainmilitary.com, and they even have youth sizes for the children. You know, everybody in Israel gets issued gas masks by the government because of the situation that they face with all the extreme Muslim extremist countries around them and what have you. So they make very well made gas masks, and this is my wife's in particular. And what you get for $19.99 is a very well made gas mask. As you can see here, very well made. You can see how the eyelids are smaller. They're for civilian use. This is the adult size. They have youth sizes, which are smaller. Each one of my children have one. I've purchased one for them. Extra cartridges. That comes with its own cartridge. You could see it in there. Turn it around. And what I like about the Israeli gas masks, you get all this for $20. They are easier to handle than the old military German ones. They have the quick release snaps here that you can adjust it by just pulling it or quick release it, and it adjusts perfectly to whatever fit you have on an adult. The youth ones are about 2/3 smaller or 1/3 smaller, and they also adjust. And what I like about the Israeli one is that it comes with its drinking tube. Something that my German military one did not come. Here's the extra. It has an extra gas. Well, it's got the primary NBC filter. And you can see in there, that's what it looks like in there. Hang on. But again, what I was saying is, what I like about the Israeli gas mask is that it has the drinking tube aperture there. You hook up your drinking tube here, and it's like a straw. You never have to take the mask off to grab a drink of water. Now, naturally, the water should be filtered that you're drinking. You can't just drink anyway, because then what's the point of having the gas mask? You're going to die from contaminated water. But nevertheless, you know, in a readiness situation where you don't want to take the gas mask off to drink, you don't have to with this one or the youth one. They all have the drinking tube on it. And they're excellent masks for civilian use. Excellent masks. Again, this is what it looks like. And it just goes over your face. And you pull the tabs. The top one should always be already adjusted for the length of your head. And then these just pull. Boom, boom, boom. And they come up. There's the drinking tube aperture right there. And it's a very well made mask. Very well made mask. You can get these at mainmilitary.com for $20, $19.99, either the youth or the adult size. Now they also have the military one that has the longer eyelids, but that's more expensive. This is adequate if you're not going to be a combatant, okay? If you're going to be a combatant, spend the extra money and get yourself the military one with the drinking tube. You can't go wrong. These are $19.99, and again, They're made for civilian and they're made for youth. You must have this in your pouch. You must have. They're already spraying chemtrails on us. Who knows what they're going to release? You know, they're telling us that the swine flu is coming back, and blah, blah. All of that was BS, ladies and gentlemen. BS. Okay, that was just designed to kill us off. And these governments are hell-bent on our destruction, and we have to do everything possible to curtail that. Every measure you take throws another monkey wrench in their system to eliminate you, because they don't think that you think of this. They know that you're so stupid that you're watching all the TV crap on TV with all of the, you know, the wives of this and that, and the American Idol, and Dancing with the Stars, and you know, Justin, whatever that idiot's name is, and all of this stuff, that they don't think that you're thinking of this. You need to provide yourself and your family with this. This is essential. It's not going to break you. Again, don't go drinking this weekend. You run up a bill of about $100. I know, because I used to do it all the time. And you know, you blow $100 easy drinking with your buddies and out in the bars and all that. Don't go one weekend and buy your equipment. You can still do it. We're still in the games. You know, somebody posted that, you know, we're done or whatever, and I wrote, wait, we got one more round left. It ain't over yet. We still got one more round left, and we're going to show that round if this government keeps pushing. Now, that is to the extent of the gas masks and the basics that you need. Now I'm going to show you basics on food. Now, everybody should have one of these. It is a one-burner stove. You can get it at Walmart for $19 to $21. The little butane tanks are 2 for $6, and they last forever. This is for home-based cooking. With this burner, you can cook a pot of soup. You can broil anything, fry eggs, whatever you want, and you can use it for a long time. It's compact. It breaks down. That screws off right there. This goes in a backpack. This goes into a fireproof box that we have to move around with. There's my extra set of butane tanks. Also, enough water, bottled water, to take with you on excursions. If you do not have a filter, I'm going to show you what the proper water filter is that you should get. I have a good set of boots made by Altima. Everybody can't get this, I understand. You can get a good set of Rothkos, which are like these, for like $30, okay? And they're steel shanked, leather upper, and they're very well and reliable. You just got to look for combat boots on eBay. eBay is the cheapest place. I've gotten them $30, $20, and brand new. You want another gym bag here. This is where I have all my children's gas masks, extra filters, and what have you. You want to have all of that ready to go and ready to load. Very compact, ready to go, ready to load. See? Extra filters, extra masks are in here. My children's masks. Here's what the Swiss filters look like. They are waterproof contained. You crack it open, and then the filter's in there. And never open the filter until it's ready to use, because they go bad if you unscrew the ends on it. All right, the carbon deposit in there, the carbon filament in there goes bad. So you don't want to undo it until you're ready to use it, because what you're going to do is you're just going to ruin it. Have everything in one spot. I've got water here, and I have at least 4 sacks of 20 pounds of beans. That is protein, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to give you strength when they cut your meat down, or if there's no game. Here, luckily, me and my wife are right smack dab in the middle of some of the biggest game. I just observe, we have turkeys, skunks, raccoons. We're not going to be starving for meat. As long as we can catch it and kill it, we're not going to be starving for meat. So all we'll have to worry about is our adversary. Again, beans. Go to your warehouse markets. We have Food Max and Food for Less here in LA. And corn. Corn is 2 cans for 50 cents. That carries forever. That does not go bad. Rice. I have 25 pounds of rice bags here. I got like 100 pounds of rice. Over the years, that does not go bad. The 25-pound bag, I believe Food Max has it for like $12. You know, it's going to get more expensive as they continue to cut our water. It's gonna rise. So, you know, I'm glad we got ready when we did. There's corn there, and then there's another propane thing there. You can never have enough bags. My air mattress for when we're out, a gas stove, and this is what I was talking about. You want to get yourself the military gel stove right here. A pack of 4 of these is like $17 at mainmilitary.com, and then that's all you'll need, because really what you just need is the grill once this is done, because these are available at the Party Supply store, which is the same thing as that. Actually, it even has more. You can put the grill here, pop this open, and burn it. And this was 4 for $17. This was 12 for $13. So this is a way better deal. But you want to get the grill, the military grill. Get yourself a pack of 4 for $17 at mainmilitary.com, and then go to your. We have a place called Party City, and they use these for parties now instead of candles, you know, and they burn. Well, no, this is the same thing as a military stove. It's gel filled. It won't blow up if a bullet hits it. It won't catch on fire if a bullet hits it. And this is what you use for combat. And even if you're not, if you're going to be a non-combatant, because chances are you're going to have to move from where you're at, and you're going to get shot at. It's just a fact of life. I'm sorry, but you're going to get shot at. So you need to be prepared not to blow up when you get shot at. And this is how you get prepared not to be blown up when you get shot at. This is gel. It won't blow up. It burns for like 2-3 hours. And again, you get this one at mainmilitary.com to get the little grill. Or if you can make a grill, make it yourself. But I just got this. Goes in my pack. And then here's my replacements. And very simple, cheap. Again, everything's under $100 that I've shown you. And you can accumulate it over time. Everything doesn't come overnight. People go, oh, I'm broke and I can't do it. And well, again, don't go to the movies. Don't go out to dinner. Don't, you know, tough it out for a couple of months until you can get what you need to get to survive. Because you're going to need that before you need the movies when the time comes. And that's our air mattress there. That was like $30. And I have a pump that comes with it from Walmart. And you pump it up. And that way it doesn't hurt your back when you're going to be sleeping out in the rocks. It goes in your tent. Corn, beans, more corn. Every time I go, and if I see 2 cans for 1 can for 50 cents, 2 for $1, I'll get as much as I can get. So that we're prepared as much as we can be prepared. Here's some more of the stash up here. All of this stuff does not go bad. This is rice, pasta with flavoring, you know, tuna. Again, the potted meat that you put in your 3-day assault, this is protein. This is going to carry you through. That's meat. That's actual meat. Canned beans, you can even cook them in the can there on your little stove. And that's protein. That's going to carry you through. Refried beans, soups. Whenever anything that's canned is on sale, pick it up. Pick it up because it doesn't go bad and it holds. Here's again, potted meat. These are all 37 cents. 37 cents. You put 3 of these in your backpack. Get yourself a pack of beef jerky for $3. That's real meat also. That's protein. You know, water. You put a bottle of water. Now, again, in my backpack, I don't have that much food. I have extra food, but not that much food. My food is going to be in my food pouch, and I'm going to show you. Everybody's not going to be able to have this, but us combatants, this is my sling here. And it's got the ammo pouches here and here. My hat, a canteen holder, even though I don't use a canteen. And this is my food bag. It's the butt pack that comes with it, but that's my food and map pouch right there. It's waterproof. And let me see if I can show you. It's waterproof, and the whole sling, Main Military used to have the whole sling. You can't get it anymore, but it was like $30, and it came with the ammo pouches, the canteen, all of this stuff. I use the German system because, again, I have all the German stuff, and in the field, we're going to use the German Camel, as you can see here. And this is how it's loaded. Another roll of toilet paper, 2 more cans of my potted meat, can of soup, water bottle here. I'm going to show you how it's compartmentalized. And it's compartmentalized it's got pockets. And again, I got another 2 or 3 cans. I got 3 cans of potted meat here. 2 of these will sustain life one day. Now, I overkill. I'm just overkilling right here because of the way I think and stuff like that. But all of this is not necessary if you have a home base. I've got a can of beans here. Again, all of that stuff there. There's a water bottle here. Now, I'm going to tell you, we have a water filter, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But this, again, this system here was originally designed to hold maps. But I put this is my food pouch. Here's my water bottle. This can be refilled after I filter it. I really don't need this because I have my hydration bladder that has 88 ounces. But nevertheless, that's for emergency there. Again, these here are granola bars, and Walmart has them for like $2. This, along with your potted meat and crackers, along with 1 can of beans, will sustain life for 3. There's more than 3 days worth of life here. I'm just telling you this right now. And you have to remember, you're also going to be shooting game. At least we are. We have an abundance of game here. We have different types of meat we can eat: ducks, wild turkeys, fish. You know, people go, well, it's going to be this and that. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, again, they're going to take our water away. And they've announced today, the farmers have announced that they're not even going to grow food because they're going to take our water away. And what did I tell you? They're going to starve us. And with the water, they're going to starve us. And that was announced. They're not going to make any more food until they get water. And they're not going to get water because the satanic government is determined to kill us. So they are not going to produce food, and the food is going to rise in price. People will kill each other in those days for the last remnants of food. It says in the Bible. You need to put away stuff. You need to outthink your opponent and think like him. You need to think like him to outthink him. This is like, again, my sling, my combat sling that I use. Butt pack. It comes with a butt pack already from when you purchase it. Excellent. This was an excellent bargain. I mean, that's the reason why I use the German stuff. It's equivalent to our stuff, and it's more readily available. It's cheap. You can get a lot of this stuff at mainmilitary.com. That's why I'm telling you where to get it, because a lot of people will tell you, well, get this, get that, but they won't tell you where to get it and why they're getting it there. I'm getting it at mainmilitary.com because it's super cheap. They have good equipment at cheap prices. And I'm not made out of money, and naturally, like I said, I've accumulated a lot of this stuff over the years. This didn't just pop in yesterday. I mean, I've had this for a couple of years already. The hats used to be, I think, like $2 at Main Military. They go with my camo. There's another place that's really good. It's called KeepShooting.com. That's another excellent place for surplus. You can see here the load the way it's loaded. Now remember, the police took my FAL. These were the FAL mag pouches. My AK mag pouches had the clips that could fit in there where I could take these off and then put my AK pouches. I'm going to recover all of that, and if I don't recover all of that, that doesn't matter. I've already got some more. They can kiss my ass on that, and I will be able to use my equipment. They can go to hell. But nevertheless, this is the equipment system that we at the crew suit up with. And all of our, this is my vest. It is a level 2 Kevlar with pockets for ceramic plates sewed into it. It is matched up with the camo, and then the camo in my parka. These are the BDUs. You can get all this from mainmilitary.com. Mainmilitary.com, dirt cheap. Equip yourself as soon as you can, as fast as you can, because this is coming. Again, this is a very good bargain. These were like $19. These are warm parkas, and they keep you super warm. They're in Flecktarn camouflage. That's the German camouflage, along with your gloves and your helmet. You should have no problem in cold areas with this and moving around. Very good camo. I like the camo better than anybody's camo. And that's why I equip with all German stuff. But nevertheless, that's some of our stuff that we do. the basics on food. You need to have it. Now, understand, this is where me and my wife are. So this is adequate for me, her, and her daughter and her husband. And the amount of people here, I've already started waking up people here at our complex, and they've got food put away and whatever. And when the time comes, trust me, I will take over, and we will run efficiently and cohesively to where we need to go. But in LA, at my rally points, I have over a ton of food at each one of the 5 rally points, and at least 30,000 gallons of drinking water there, with perimeters set up for defense and offensive operations and what have you. You need to think ahead of your adversary. You need to think like your adversary. And when you do that, you throw a monkey wrench into the machine that he has developed to try to kill you and me. They're not going to have it their way. See, the bottom line is that they think that we are really dumb, and we're just going to go into that good night, and we're not going to go gentle into that good night. And this is the way that you stymie him, by being prepared. Now understand, I put my people together in the early 90s. I got awake in the late 80s, before the internet. And when the internet came, we could prove everything beyond a reasonable doubt. And that's why people started listening and getting together. And we're at least 200 deep. That's not a lot. I've met other militias here in California where they claim they're 5,000 deep. They can muster 5,000 in 3 days, which is great. We're partnered with them. And the government's not going to have their way. If they think they're going to shut off our water, and then our farmers aren't going to be able to grow food for us to eat, and we're just going to sit back and die one by one, they've got another thing coming. They've got another thing coming. And I'm talking to the people that came and stole my guns illegally or what have you. You have another thing coming. You don't know. You're treading on the line of opening up a can of worms in a Pandora's box that you will never be able to close. And you're just continuing in that path. I don't know why, because you're going to be part of the bye-bye. There's no plans for you. You're going to get rid of us, and then they're going to get rid of you. But nevertheless, this is basic of the basic. This is what we prepare with. I'm going to show you our water filter, and why I'm going to recommend why I think you should have this water filter. I did research on the water filters, and what we came up with was the Katadyn water filter. It is the best on the market. This particular model here is rated to 0.02 microns, which the military and their water filters filter on 0.02 microns. Now, there's a Chinese version that's cheaper on eBay, and you can pick that up. And I even recommend, if you can't spend the money on this, pick that one up. I don't know how well it works, but made in China, I don't trust it. But they claim that they got 0.1 micron. 0.1 micron. But then again, the Chinese always say this and that, and then their equipment goes kaplooey. This is made in Switzerland. It's used by our military, and it is a great, great, great water filter. It can filter up to 13,000 gallons of water on the same filter. The filter is reusable and recleanable. It is made in Switzerland, Katadyn pocket, made out of aluminum and ABS plastic here. The filter is ceramic to 0.2 microns. It works on a pump system. You pump here and the water comes, you put the hose from down here into the water and the clean water comes up here. I'm not going to get into that right now, but I felt that you needed to see this. Now, normally, if you go to their website, this is like $360. Anywhere you look for it, the Katadyn pocket water filter, because they have several of them, but this is the best one because it's the one that goes to 2.02 microns. This guy originally is like $360. You can get it for $328. There's a guy on eBay that I bought this from. You can, when you go on eBay, check it out, and he has them for $300 or best offer. I offered him $250, and he took it. So I got this for $250, which is a great, great deal. A great deal. It is the best on the market. It is rugged. It is made for military use. Swiss military, U.S. military, NATO uses it. And again, it will pump out 13,000 gallons of any water. Okay? Of any water. And you can put this in a creek. You can put this in your toilet. You can put this pretty much anywhere, and it's going to filter the water. Now they have a if you go on the website, which is I recommend, and I'm going to pick up, they have a charcoal end to the little hose that goes into the water so that the water doesn't come out tasting yucky. It'll filter it, but sometimes it'll still taste yucky. Well, you know, it won't taste nasty because it's supposed to filter it out, but it'll taste bitter. And the thing about it is that the charcoal will filter out the bad tastes that are left from the ceramic filter and give you a better tasting water, which is what I recommend. But yeah, this is what we use, Katadyn. Check it out on eBay. Go to eBay and look for the Katadyn 0.02 micron pocket water filter. Make the guy an offer and he'll sell it to you. And they're brand new. They come brand new. It comes with everything, instructions, how to take care of it and what have you, in its own pouch. And this will go in my wife's backpack. She'll be in charge of carrying the logistics part of it. And I know what you're saying. Well, if you get into combat and you get separated, yes, I understand that. That's why you have your bladder and you fill up your bladder. And I am going to recommend buying the soldier one that the Chinese sell. That one's only $29. I'm going to buy a copy of that and put it in my backpack just in case. But at home base and when we're together, this is what we use. The Katadyn pocket water filter. And people don't think, you know, oh, they're going to shut the water off. Oh, whatever. There's always going to be water. There's always going to be water. And you can get water from, just think, we live in an apartment complex that has 50 units. Each one of those units has a water heater. When the system goes down, people don't even think of drinking the water in their water heater. Well, we'll pull out the water and the water heater, boil it, run it through this, and we'll have an abundance of water, as there are millions of houses in every city that have water heaters, ladies and gentlemen. Millions of houses in every city. And most of them are going to be filled because they have operating households and running water. So remember that. Get yourself a small siphon pump. They sell them at Walmart for like $5. And you can use that to siphon gas, and you can use that to siphon water. Get one for each. One for gas, tag it so that you don't use the one for gas for water. And that's a $5 thing that you can afford. This, a little more expensive, $250. But if, you know, people don't think you can get that money. Sell your PlayStation 3. Sell your Xbox. Sell your stereo. Is this going to be more important than listening to music in the near future? You better bet your sweet behind. You better bet your sweet behind. This is going to be more important than listening to music, playing video games, or whatever. Sell all that stuff and acquire the money to get yourself prepared immediately, because this is coming immediately. The farmers announced today on the radio, they announced that the farmers are not going to plant any new seeds because they're not going to be allowed water. They're going to starve us and thirst us to death. And it doesn't make sense, and I'll continue this on the video. But this is some of the equipment that, again, I use. A good hammer. You need a good hammer. Remember that. I have a good hammer that goes in the backpack. Gas masks are essential. You need one of these. You need it. You need to get one of these for everyone in your family that will be with you. My children all have one. They can put it on in 5 seconds. We train, I say masks, and boom, they pull them on and they put them on within 5 seconds, because that's the allotted time that you're going to have before contamination starts. You need to practice with it, and you need to be able to become efficient with it. And you can't do that unless you own it. So buy it. MainMilitary.com has them for $19.99. And this is the first essential piece that you should get along with your bag. Anyway, we'll be putting all this stuff away, and we're going to get back to the video. This is some of the equipment that we use and some of the ways that we use it. And again, you're not going to accumulate all this overnight. All this stuff came over years of preparation, but it's cheap, and with a little planning, you can, like I said, sell your stereo, sell your PlayStation, sell those rims on your car. You want to look fancy going down the street so the New World Order can shoot at you? No, you don't. Sell the stuff that's meaningless and start getting what you're going to need to get. Anyway, this is Warrior for God 13, and I hope this was informative, and we'll catch you on the next one. Now, I told you about a siphon You need to get 2 of these. Okay, you can buy them at Walmart for $5, and one of them you're going to use for gasoline, and the other one you're going to use for water. Like I say in the video, a lot of people don't think of things, but when the shit goes down and they cut your water off, just understand this: if you live in a city, there's millions of houses in this city, and all of them have water in their pipes. The water doesn't dry up from their pipes or the water heater. Most water heaters hold up to 50 gallons. You siphon out the water with this, you purify it and filter it with the filter I show you. You boil it, and then you drink it, and you have pretty much an abundance of drinking water that other people might think about, but nevertheless, there's millions of houses out there. These are about $5 to $7. I forgot how much they were. You need to have 2 of these in your assault pack, or at least at your home base, so that you can survive on the long run. Now, the one you're going to use, well, what am I going to use for gas? Well, some of us are going to have vehicles that can move, and we're going to take the precautions not to go through the most populated areas so that we don't get shot in the head and get our car taken from us and yada yada yada. But eventually, the car will need gasoline, and there's not going to be no gas, Joe. Well, every gas station, no matter how much out of gas they are, the siphoning system leaves about 5 to 6, 10 gallons at the way bottom of their tanks. Well, guess what? You put this, and you put a long hose, and you suck that gas out. Cars will be stalled in shops and what have you. They'll have gas. You can use this to siphon the gas out of that. You can use it for many different things. All you have to do is own it and think about it. And this is an essential part. Another essential part that I did not mention in the video and that you need is a compass. You need a compass. You need extra bandages for your first aid kit. Buy as much bandages as you possibly can. You're never going to be as prepared as you think you want to be, or fully finished. Nobody is. I'm not. But buy extra bandages. Alcohol bottles. Alcohol's like 95 cents at Walmart. Buy an extra bottle. Put it in your backpack. Keep several at home. Buy books. There's a book called Ditch Medicine. I'm of a Mexican nature, and my grandfather was Aztec Indian, and for thousands of years the Aztecs cured themselves without any kind of modern medicine. We have a lot of home remedies, and they work, let me tell you. One of the main things, and I'm going to show you at the end of the video, is oil of oregano. Oil of oregano kills 99.9% of all viruses. But you want to put extra bandages. You want to get toilet paper, feminine napkins, have socks in waterproof baggies in your backpacks. The food that I showed you, the potted meat is only 32 cents at Walmart. 2 of those cans will sustain you for 1 day until you can shoot game and what have you. But this is the siphon that I've been telling you, the pump, and you need to have this so that you can suck water out and then be able to filter it and boil it and filter it. What you do is you suck the water out of a stream, out of the hot water tank in your house. Boil the water, and then you run your filter through the boiled water, and therefore you have filtered, purified water. Nevertheless, this is an essential part of an equipment that you need. You need a compass. I personally know how to read the sun, and I know where north, south, east, and west is all the time. But I still have a compass. You need a good cutting tool. I've shown you the tools. I'm going to show you at the end of the segment the oil of oregano and my machete. But nevertheless, these are some of the essential things that you will need. Now, here's my machete that I use. It's a mid-size. I have a bigger one, but this is the one I like. It's light. There's my brown little guy again. He likes to be in the video now. He's a superstar. It is a very well-made one. Picked it up at Big 5 for about $15. It has a nice serrated edge in the back to cut down wood. Very sharp blade to cut down bushes. And it is a very excellent tool. Very excellent tool for hand-to-hand combat, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent tool. And again, you need to have one of these. Nice rubber grip. Nice steel blade. Very sharp. And these come in handy for forestry, for cutting bush, making shelters, and again, not going to lie to you, hand-to-hand combat. You can pick these up like $15, $20 at Big 5. There are better ones, but you know, again, we like to keep everything in budget. There's my brown little guy again. I like to keep everything in budget so that the bill doesn't run up that much and you can survive with this. You don't need the best laser sharp, top of the line one that cuts by itself. You know, this is adequate for the job that we're going to be doing. Another thing that I'm going to show you here and is oil of oregano. There it is, oil of oregano. You put 4 drops of this in your drink every day. Trust me, you won't get sick. Kills 99.9% of all viruses. This is from a Mexican herb place in Los Angeles. During the phony swine flu scam, oil of oregano flew off the shelves at $30 to $50 per bottle. I said, wow, what a great marketing thing the American companies are doing. So, like I said, I'm of Mexican descent. The Aztecs have been curing themselves forever. So I went to the Mexican herb place in Los Angeles and I said, hey, do you guys have oil of oregano? She said, yes. Aceite de oregano. She said, yes, the Indians have been using it for hundreds of years to be able to cure themselves, of all the viruses that are out there. And I said, okay, how much are the bottles? $7 a bottle. So I'm fully stocked up with oil of oregano. Me and my wife drink it constantly. And to this day, we haven't had a flu. We haven't had a cold. I've been with her 2 years and she brags to people. She said, since I met Joe and I started drinking oil of oregano, I haven't been sick. And she's very proud of that. And, you know, it's very, very, how can I tell you, concentrated taste of oregano. You put 3-4 drops of this in your drink every day, and guess what? You'll become immune to anything. So you want to stock up on this. Hi, this is Warrior For God 13. This is in addition to the video I've uploaded. This video was supposed to go in yesterday. Thank God I waited. Today, in the news, they announced that the City Council and the County of Sacramento has voted today, this morning, to make it illegal for you to fish in any creek or stream or the American River. I'm going to repeat that. They have voted, and it is now passed into law this morning that we can no longer fish or hunt along the American River or any creek, which we have a creek right here, or any stream. We told you this. Yesterday they announced that the farmers aren't going to plant seeds anymore. They're choking our water, the food's going to get choked, and they're making it illegal for us to hunt game and fish. This is here. You better prepare. The article is going to be below, and this is going to be part of the other video. Thank God I waited to upload it today. God bless you. Long live this republic. Prepare. Listen to what I say in this video, and hail Holy Jesus. Hail King of Kings. He will provide for us. Have faith, brothers. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you have the video. There you have the articles. We want you to understand this is no longer something that's in the far off future. Like they used to say in Mad Max, in the not too distant future. No. The game is here now. He is challenging you now. You need to respond lest you perish. Lest you and your family perish. You need to respond now. If you haven't done so already, start. It's not too late. I hope that the things that I've shown you will help you gather a basic base of survival for yourself, and that you can build around that for your specific need. Again, my way isn't the best. My equipment isn't the best. It is adequate to get my job and me safe and keep me alive and get my job and my men's job done. And at a budget, as you can see. Nothing is over 20, 40 bucks or whatever. The gas masks, again, you can get them at mainmilitary.com. They come in youth size and they come in adult size, and they're $19.95. Then they have the 3-pack of replacement Swiss cartridges. Buy the Swiss kind. The Swiss cartridges for $21. That's $7 a cartridge. Stock up on as much as you can. You can never have too much, but every ounce of preparation you do throws a bigger tooth into the machine of the monkey wrench that is stymieing our adversary. I hope this was helpful. You can PM me if you want to ask more specific questions. If you're in the Sacramento area and you want to meet up, no problem. We're going to need as many as we can get. We will screen each other, and if we feel comfortable, then we can hook up. I got no problem with it. Right now, we need to come together. They want a one world government or a one world united to worship Satan. We need to become a one world united to fight for the glory of the Lord and the word of God that they are trying to make disappear here. To fight for each other. To fight for humanity. For only Lord thy God can destroy it, or the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, not Satan, not the New World Order, and certainly not the governments of the world. Put that in your heads. Pray and have faith in Lord thy God that he will carry us through anything. I guarantee you, he'll carry us through anything until the desired effect that he planned for us succumbs to our life. Until next time, hail holy Jesus, hail King of Kings, true God, from true God, only Jesus, only Lord, nobody else. Hail King of Kings. Long live this republic. Fight hard, fight for each other, fight to win. I'll see you on the next video.